Can you imagine a world where our natural surroundings are replaced by a concrete jungle, artificial intelligence has taken over, poverty has grown, and ignorance has spread? This isn't just a dystopian tale, but a potential reality if we don't rethink our actions. Our world is at a tipping point, with pollution turning our blue planet into a smoggy wasteland. Robots, once a symbol of progress, now threaten to replace human touch. Meanwhile, poverty continues to cast a shadow over millions, and ignorance, that invisible enemy, is spreading faster than any disease. These four threats, pollution, robots, poverty, and a lack of knowledge, are not just standalone issues, they're interconnected, each one feeding into the other, creating a cycle that could shape our future for the worse. So let's take a moment to understand these threats, to unravel their complexities, and to explore their potential impacts. Let us delve deeper into these issues and understand their implications. The world is choking, and we are the culprits. Yes, we are. Every day we pump out colossal amounts of pollutants into the air we breathe and the water we drink. Our cities, once symbols of human progress, now lie shrouded in a toxic haze. Our rivers, once teeming with life, are now littered with plastic waste. Let's talk numbers here. Did you know that around 7 million people die prematurely each year due to air pollution? That's equivalent to the entire population of Hong Kong. And what about plastic waste? Each year we produce about 300 million tons of plastic, enough to circle the Earth 4 times over. But this is not just about us, it's about the millions of species we share this planet with. Pollution is driving an unprecedented loss of biodiversity. Species are disappearing at a rate up to thousands of times higher than the natural extinction rate. We're not just poisoning our surroundings, we're poisoning ourselves. Pollution is linked to a host of health problems, from lung disease and heart conditions to neurological disorders. Our children are born into a world where the air they breathe and the water they drink could be harming their development. The potential dangers of this pollution are not just hypotheticals. They're real, they're here, and they're happening now. We're suffocating in our own waste. If we continue on this path, our once beautiful planet may soon become uninhabitable. Our world is becoming increasingly automated, but at what cost? Imagine a world where robots and artificial intelligence are not just science fiction, but a daily reality. That's not a distant future, it's happening right now. Machines are taking over tasks that were once the exclusive domain of humans. From self-driving cars to automated factories, from smart homes to digital assistants, technology is becoming an integral part of our lives. This rise of the machines is not without its benefits. Robots and AI can perform tasks more efficiently, accurately, and tirelessly than humans can. They can work in environments that are too dangerous for us. They can process and analyze vast amounts of data in the blink of an eye. They can free us from mundane tasks, allowing us to focus on more creative and fulfilling pursuits. However, this brave new world is not without its dangers. There's the risk of job losses as machines take over roles traditionally performed by humans. There's the issue of privacy, with our personal data being collected and analyzed by AI systems. And there's the potential for these machines, with their vast intelligence and capabilities, to be misused or even turn against us. We're on the cusp of a new era, one that's exciting, promising, but also fraught with uncertainty. It's a world where technology is not just a tool, but a partner, a collaborator, a potential competitor. As we usher in a new era of technology, we must also consider the potential pitfalls. While our world advances, poverty continues to plague a significant portion of the population. The stark reality is that the chasm between the affluent and the impoverished is growing wider rather than shrinking. The world has seen a phenomenal rise in wealth, but this prosperity has not been equally distributed. We live in a world where a handful of individuals hold more wealth than the poorest half of the world's population combined. This disparity is not just about numbers, it's about opportunities denied and futures cut short. The dangers of such inequality are real and imminent. It breeds social unrest, fuels crime, and undermines the very fabric of our societies. It creates an unstable world where resentment and desperation can lead to unpredictable consequences. In a world where we can control robots and manipulate genes, surely we can do better to bridge this divide. In our pursuit of progress, we must ensure no one is left behind. Knowledge is power, but what happens when ignorance prevails? In our global village, the lack of knowledge and education remains a pervasive issue. Many corners of the world are still shrouded in the darkness of illiteracy. This bleak picture is painted with stark facts and statistics. Millions of children and adults are stranded on the shores of ignorance, unable to navigate the vast ocean of information that is our modern world. This ignorance is not benign. It breeds misinformation, which spreads like wildfire in the dry brush of uneducated minds. It stifles critical thinking, the very tool we need to dissect and understand the complexities of our world. Without it, we are susceptible to manipulation, unable to discern truth from falsehood, right from wrong. In an age where every query is answered, every fact checked with a few taps on a screen, ignorance is no longer a blissful state. It's a peril. In a world where information is at our fingertips, ignorance is not a bliss but a peril. The future may seem daunting, but it is not set in stone. We've gazed into the crystal ball, glimpsing the potential challenges that lie ahead: pollution, the rise of machines, a widening chasm of poverty, and an alarming lack of knowledge. These are not inevitable outcomes, but choices made by humans, and they can be unmade by humans too. We're not mere spectators watching the world suffocate in its own waste or fall under the rule of cold, unfeeling machines. We are not powerless against the growing tide of poverty or the invisible threat of ignorance. Each one of us has a part to play. Small actions, when multiplied by millions, can transform the world. We can choose to recycle, to educate ourselves, to help those less fortunate, to question the rise of unchecked technology. The future is not a distant reality, it begins now. We have the power to shape it, but the choice is ours.